At the Harbay Studio in Madison, we're the talking cheeseheads. Ben and Reed, cheeseheadtalk.com. People like cheese in the state of Wisconsin. People like, now anyway, they like the Bucks in the state of Wisconsin after they gave Atlanta a run in the playoffs, had a nice second half of the season, and here we are. Bucks are done. NBA playoffs continue.
Right.
And I think Wisconsin was pulled to a degree out of their apathy. Yes. Okay, for the NBA playoffs. And now they're back in. Okay? Right. Because they're not, I don't think they're watching TNT's 40 days, 40 nights. 40 games and 40 nights.
You don't think they're riveted by that?
I don't think so.
David Aldridge pretty much left for dead by TNT. Yeah, our friend Dave Walsh, I'll give him a shout out here. He texted me, the other day about it. Remember when David Aldridge was important on ESPN?
And I think so.
Yeah, I do remember that.
He was always sincere.
He was.
Very straightforward.
And he had he was their guy for the NBA.
You had Rachel Nichols giving you the eyes.
The F me face?
Yeah.
Can I say that?
You just did.
She was like, I'm Rachel Nichols.
That's exactly what she did.
ESPN.
You had Sal Palantonio being all Philly on you.
Yeah.
You had Jeremy Schaap being all whatever that is on you.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah. Not even as good as his father, or not nearly as good as his father, according to Bob Knight.
You've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
According to Bob Knight, which, you know what?
He does.
He does. And you had John Clayton, apparently, who has a ponytail. So I don't think David Aldridge really fit in. I got to agree with you.
Yeah.
You had Stuart Scott with the eye half closed.
Oh, I still can't stand that guy.
Making up weird things that nobody gets on SportsCenter.
His column, by the way, in ESPN the magazine, which I only get because it allows me access to ESPN Insider on the website, which I only have for draft time.
Okay.
It's terrible. It's like, Stu, what do you think of Tiger Woods? Well, he made some bad decisions, but, I think Tiger's going to have a pretty good 2010 and still break Jack Nicklaus's record. Stu, what do you think of Michael Vick? Everyone deserves a second chance, and it's okay that he killed some dogs. What?
This is what's called a tangent.
Yeah.
What we were talking about were the Bucks.
Right.
And I don't know if David Aldridge is going to talk
Stu,
about the Bucks.
What do you think of the Milwaukee Bucks? Well, they could have done better, but I think they had a great year.
Yeah.
It's very positive.
I wish Bogut wouldn't have gotten hurt.
Right.
Dog. Booyah. Is that him?
Booyah.
Yeah. Anyway, Bucks are out. I personally put my stamp on my approval. Will make me watch Cavs, Lakers, Kobe, LeBron. Mm-hmm. Didn't see it last year. Wanted to see it last year. Want to see it this year. Probably won't because the Cavs will probably get beat by the Magic. I don't know about the Lakers.
It is really the Buffalo Bills versus the San Francisco 49ers of the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, we wanted to see the matchup. You know who? No, I didn't want to see the matchup. Chris Berman wanted to see the matchup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nobody circle the wagons.
That was actually pretty good, Chris Berman.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
should try that. I mean, it hurts my voice.
Yeah.
But it's what everybody wants to see because they want to see the two biggest stars in the league. And they are the two biggest stars in the league, hands down. They want to see him play. I do too. I want to see him play multiple times. I want to see him be like Bird and Magic, who met 3 times.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's not going to happen, despite the NBA's best efforts. I'm
well,
sure that
it's still going to happen. Don't be worried about Boston. They had a little Fountain of Youth party before the game.
Yeah.
Trust me, LeBron's going to take over.
You really think so? Because this is now Wisconsin fan, apathetic Wisconsin fan.
Right.
I think that LeBron, Kobe, could pull them back into a degree of wanting to watch.
But if you're a Bucks fan, you should cheer for the Cavs no matter what because they're in the same division as you. They're a central division, just like we do for college, which is stupid. That's my point.
Nothing to do with that.
That is my point.
No, but it's not stupid because it's two different things.
It is not two different things.
They're two different levels.
Why?
Two different.
If the Cavaliers go and win the championship, doesn't that do an even better job of showing the Bucks season success because they played the Cavaliers a lot?
The difference is
just like you. Freaking college.
The difference is that there's only 30 teams in the NBA, 32, whatever it is.
There's only 11 teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah, no, but in college there are 300 basketball teams in Division I.
Right.
There are 100 and whatever football team, 117, 119, 120, whatever it is, in Division 1A.
Okay.
So you have bigger conference affiliation pride factors in college, just like you do with school. Yes, you do. You just do.
I don't.
There's SEC people who love the SEC will defend it against everybody. There's Big Ten people. I'm not going to sit there and go, the NFC North is my division, and if the Packers don't make it, I'm rooting for the Vikings.
What
No,
does
it
it
just
matter,
doesn't work
though?
that way.
What does it matter if the Big Ten's good or bad? If Wisconsin goes 9-3, they're going to end up in the same damn bowl game anyway. And if they beat that team in the bowl game, they deserve to get the accolades. If they don't, it proves that they suck.
It is a regional pride thing. It matters. It just matters.
Makes a lot of sense. Oh, geez, I really hope Michigan State does well in this bowl game. Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because you might be competing for recruits with them.
This is part of the beauty of
you lose your bowl game. Michigan State wins their bowl game. Guess where Jimmy Flint recruit's going to go? He's going to go to Michigan State.
It's just a thing that makes college another thing besides bands and under the table donations and filled stadiums and crazy people who sell out spring games in Alabama and Texas and Ohio State.
And cute recruitment coordinators.
Yes.
Yes. I like those
It's
girls.
one of the things. I love those girls. It's one of the things that makes college sports different than pro sports. And it's beautiful. I love the differentiation. It's why else would we watch college sports unless you had these different things? The game's a little different. You know, it's the amateur.
You watch college sports because it's still entertaining. That's why. And
but so is arena football. But you don't have these big affiliations.
No.
The college football. Wait a minute. College football is not the players on college teams as a whole are probably not as good as the players on arena teams. In fact, I know they're not because they still select players from those teams that can't make the NFL. They're the in-between, right? The Canadian Football League, same thing. But we watch this lower level of competitive sports because of all these different traditions.
I understand
we affiliate
that.
ourselves with them. And
yes.
Conference affiliation is part of that.
But you don't have to cheer for. I mean, you can say, "Yeah, we're Wisconsin, we're part of the Big Ten." That's great, but you don't have to cheer for other teams.
I cheer for
when
the
they're
Big
in
Ten.
competition.
Yes, you do. You root for them to do
so
well in the non-conference schedule. You root for them to do well in the bowls. You root for them to do well in the tournament because you're so sick of Joe Lunardi or Andy Katz getting on ESPN and going, the Big Ten's down.
I'm not sick of it.
They're plodding along. They play
They are.
system basketball. They're not as good as other conferences.
That's all true.
I know it's all true, but I'm sick of hearing it. And so when a Big Ten teams, a couple of them go deep in the tournament and say, ha! We may be lesser athletically.
A couple teams go deep. We know what team goes deep. It's Michigan State, Ben. Stop it. Stop trying to.
Sometimes
what?
Purdue will make a run.
Okay.
Sometimes Ohio State gets to the Elite Eight.
You're right.
So they plod along and they play defense and they play system basketball.
There's one good team in the Big Ten when it comes to basketball.
Yes.
And it's Michigan State.
You're right.
One good program,
You're right.
Program.
And there are two in the ACC. I mean, every conference isn't loaded with all these great programs.
You're right.
Right now, there's two in the ACC. One of them only went to the NIT this year. I mean, the point is, yes, the Big Ten doesn't have as good athletes, clearly. I know that a bunch of coaches are arguing with me about that, but please.
Well, let's take the NFL then. Okay, because the NFL's a little bit similar.
But it's a pro league.
It is a pro league.
So there's only 30
when the
teams.
Minnesota Vikings, Ben, go to the NFC Championship game,
screw 'em.
why don't we? Because we're in the same
No,
small
it doesn't,
division
you're missing
with
the
them.
Point. It doesn't
We're
translate.
all in the NFC North.
No.
We're all buddies.
No, it doesn't translate
Why
that
aren't we
way.
cheering for Brett Favre?
It's not the same thing.
Why aren't
Some
we?
loons are cheering for Brett Favre.
I know, and they're idiots. They're the same idiots who are cheering for Michigan State to go to the Final Four.
877-350-9732. That's the cheddar line.
I don't even know what this topic was about.
No. Well, it comes back to I'm cheering for Cleveland and Kobe because I want to see the show, not because Cleveland's in the Bucks division.
And I am too.
What are division? What do they even mean in the NBA? They mean nothing.
What do they
Now, will I root for Cleveland because there's a little tinge of this in me. Yes, I'll root for Cleveland over the Lakers. I like LeBron more than Kobe for one, but also I kind of want the Eastern Conference to be better. Not because I'm an Eastern Conference guy. I just would like it to stop being completely dominated by the West.
Okay.
But that's not the same thing. In college, I'm more a regional fan. I'm a Big Ten guy.
Yeah.
And I know people used to be like NFC guys in football. That was true too. I'm older. Some older people that when the Super Bowl came, they rooted for the NFC because they were NFC guys. I'm not in camp.
I know Ben's a Big Ten guy because he likes to run, but slowly.
We're the at a pace over time you can burn off calories. We're the we're the talking cheese.
Yeah, we are.
That's what we are.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And keep listening for great rambling, talking cheese topics like this. As I'm rambling right now.
If this doesn't go viral,
Talking
like
cheese
chlamydia,
heads.
I don't know what will.
cheeseheadtalk.com